Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I am Abul Kalam Rokib. Now I am started discuss about freeze group what Excel data trade line formula name. First of all, we can say that freeze. When you are any data or any variation freeze, then first of all we can select it the view that we can select it the view. First of all, we are selected the view. Then we can say that freeze pane, freeze pane and unfreeze panes, freeze panes, freeze row. This row are freezed, this row are freezed, and we can say that freeze first column, this column, the first column are freezed, this first column are freezed, and we can say that the unfreeze panes and this data are unfreezed. It's okay. That's next step is grow. When we are say that a big data, a big group data, then it is we can shortest or longness. First of all, we are selected the data. Then select the data, and we can say that the outline, and we can say that the data. First of all, we can say that the data, and we can say that outlines, group data. This group we can minimize or maximize, we can minimize or maximize this group data, row columns we can minimize or maximize. Then outlines are ungrouped data, this is a clear of one group. Then row, this is a shortage and ungrouped group data. We can easily show that the outlines. When we are find out the outlines, then we are easily solve the group data or ungrouped data and long or shortage data. Now we can discuss about Pot Excel. Pot Excel, when we are discuss about Pot Excel, first of all say that the we can say that the review toolbars and inter review toolbars. Then we can say that protect sheet, but this sheet is our workbook, so we can select it protect workbook. Then first of all the password, they are want to be a password 1 2 3 4 5 etc, but we are just okay. Then these passwords are accurate. When you are this password are removed, first password are enter, then 1 2 3 4 5, and that okay. Then please enter. These data are protected and save. The data variation, when these data variation are first of all this we are selected the data toolbar, then we are selected data tools. First of all select your data tools bar and data tools. We can say that the data tools, data data validation, the data validation, click data validation, and now any value, then we can select it whole number, we can select that whole number and type minimize or maximize, control shift down, minimize or maximize. Then this price, control shift down, This is our many measurement. Then click OK. This is are the criteria of data validation. Data validation. Now we can say the deadline. When we are solved deadline, first of all we can say that uh, long distance table or more important tables and some deadlines. First of all, when we are draw any deadline, selected insert point, then selected line, then selected line and range data range or O3 equals to O3 equals to O12. Then type OK and selected sparkline. This sparkline are selected. This sparkline are selected. Then line and selected equals to 12 and type OK. Sorry, something is wrong. First of all selected a deadline. Then and selected line. Then type and equals to 12. For 12, this is the space of 13 equals to 12. For 3 equals to 3 and selected sparkline first point and select sparkline. These are the sparkline color: red, white, or otherwise black. When you are choose the first line, then the show are the sparkline, and when you are the selected enter button, then this line are shown. Okay, let's go the formula. When you are solve formula, first of all we can say that formula. First of all we are selected whole data, then selected formula. Define formula names, and suppose on you can say that v9 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 or any name. So and type OK button. Bin, suppose on bin, then type OK. This formula name is the bin. This is short. Whenever these name are deleted, whenever these name are deleted, this formula name is bin. Show that when these name are deleted, then we are delete the formula name. Show that this name is formula name bin. Now we can say that the text. Now we can set that the macro. When you are solve the macro, first of all we can say that the average daily sale, weekly sales, average daily sales, weekly sales. Now we are repeat data. We are say that the text column. Some mistake text column. When text column, first of all select the data. And you can say the text column. First of all we will say the data, then text column. First of all we will data and text column. Sorry, something is wrong. First of all select the data, select the data, then the text column, and then the text column, and then text dinner, and these data are finished. So we can say that the data are finished. Let's go the macro and solve the macro calculation. When we are first solve the macro calculation, first of all we are solve the freeze, data, validation, read line, formula name, and now at last we are solve the macro. When we are solve the macro, first of all macro means that a record or data record or worksheet record. It means that macro. When you are solve the macro, first of all we are selected the view. We are selected the view and selected the macros, this is the view macros or record macros. We are not the view macros. Now we are start the record macros. The select record macros, macro tools, this name macro 2 or macro. We are selected the macro name is macro 2 and type k OK. Then first of all we can say that Monday, Tuesday or Tuesday. We are select the Monday and calculate the average value. Control shift down. Sorry, extremely sorry because my now you can say that the average average tapped and selected Monday and equals to 14. Sorry, 13. and close the first bracket, enter. This is the average value of Monday. Figure in USD, and this is the average value of Monday. So now we are stop the macros. These macros are recorded, so stop the macros. Now we are stop the macros, and now we can say that the views macros, these macros 1, macros 2, we are the selected and recorded macros 2. Run on. So record macro, stop macro. These data are the recorded of macros. So I can understand that the what is the macros and what to do the macros. Thank you everyone for your for attention and for this opportunity. Thank you everyone.